G'day boys and girls, Craig Jenkins from Hydroblasting back on the tube at long last. It's been near a couple of months since I made a video, but I'm back. I've been in Laos recently on a business trip and I've got heaps of footage from over there, so at some stage soon I'll set up a new folder on my channel and share that with those of you that may be interested. Anyhow, for now we're going to get back onto the CBR. As you can see, I've chucked a few bits back on the bike off camera and it's slowly starting to take shape. In this video we're going to clean up the rear brake setup and mount all that back on the bike. We're going to strip and clean the calipers, master cylinder, brake pedal and foot peg. Along the way we'll probably zinc plate some bolts and fittings while we're at it. Let's check out what we're starting with. Well, this is the rear caliper and stuff here. Calipers got a coat of black paint from factory on that. We're going to strip that off and bring that to a nice shiny aluminium finish. That's the foot peg and lever there. We'll strip those down and we'll clean those up, and we'll do the same with that master cylinder there. So what I'll do now is I'll take it all over onto the workbench and we'll strip it back to bare bones, and then we'll have a go at blasting everything. Well, there's all the caliper bits there. That's been stripped down. I'll give you a look at why you should never take things for granted on a bike that's been sitting 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. I'll give you a look at what's sitting inside this caliper, if I can. It's a bit hard to see in the light, but that there is leftover brake fluid. So you wouldn't want to just top your brakes up and think you'd fix the problem. Anyhow, we'll keep going with this. Okay, I've given that a rinse out with water, got rid of all the old brake fluid and shit from the inside of it. We've popped her over here in the TARDIS now. We'll hit it with high pressure glass and water, and we'll see how that bit comes out. Well, that's the rear caliper out of the machine. That's the look I'm going for, as opposed to that finish there. They're actually anodized from the factory. They were a little bit harder to get off than just normal paint, but yeah, that's come up very nice and just how I want it to look. So what I'll do now is I'll start cleaning up some of the fittings and bolts and stuff for that, and have a go at plating those. Well, that's the bolts and associated bits for that rear caliper. I'm going to hydroblast those now, and then we'll put them in a plating bath and see if we can give them a nice gold coating of zinc on them. Well, that's the caliper bits and pieces there, fresh out of the blasting machine. I'm pretty happy with the finish on those. I'm not going to worry about wire wheeling them or trying to shine them up anymore. What we'll do now is we'll wire those pieces up, and yeah, we'll put them in the plating solution, put a coat of zinc on them, and then we'll put we'll dunk them in the chromate and put some gold colouring on them. Well, I've just hung all those bits in the plating bath now. Had to put them on hold for a sec as we got this BSA Bantam engine come into the shop for a customer. So we've got that done. Just under 2 hours in that lot. Customer will be wrapped with that. And there they all are, hanging in the solution. We'll give them about 15 minutes in there. I've got that set at, what have I got, 1.2 amps. So yeah, 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll rinse them off, dunk them in the acid, and then we'll give them a go in the old Gold Bright. There you go, viewers. There's those bolts back from the plating department. They've come out looking very sexy. I might put all this back together now and mount that on the bike, and then move on to the master cylinder. Wowee, now that's what I'm talking about. That doesn't look out of place. That looks quite good. Happy with that. Okay, we'll move on to the next bit. Well, I've cleaned up and reassembled this master cylinder here. That's come up nice. I've actually washed this hose in the booth as well and blasted these fittings. I've plated those, they look lovely. The brackets here I blasted and I've painted those, so while that paint's waiting to dry, I think we'll have a look at stripping this foot peg and lever assembly, and we'll give them a wash next. Oh, and have a look at that. There's a nice little BSA gearbox I've cleaned up for a customer. Anyhow, I'll strip this down and give you a look at it when we're going. There's that foot peg and lever assembly broken down into lots of little parts. What I'll do here is I'll probably just wash and clean these bits. These bits, I'll blast them back to a nice clean aluminium finish. These bits here are steel bits. I'll blast all this stuff, get rid of any coatings that are on them. I'm going to plain zinc this stuff, and that little scrape bolt there on the foot peg. That I'm gonna make that a pretty gold colour. So we'll get into it and give you a look at it when it's done. There's all the bits there, fresh out of the blaster, all wired up, ready to go into the plating solution. As you can see, they get quite a nice finish straight out of the hydroblasting machine, so I don't spend any time on the wire wheel or anything with these. I really don't see the need. So anyway, we'll chuck them in the degreaser and then into the plating solution. We'll give you a look at that. That's me little hot pot full of goodies there. That's just a simple green degreaser. So we just give them a quick swish in there. We'll into the rinse bucket, and then we'll just hang that straight in the plating solution over here. All right, I'll repeat all those bits, then we'll turn it on and we'll get this thing plating. Well, there they all are hanging in there. We'll turn the power supply on and see what happens here. We better put that negative lead on. That's running at 0.9. Let's have a fiddle with the amps and see. I'll just run it up a bit. As you can see, I'm turning that up. It's basically finding its own current, so we'll just leave it run at that. We'll probably give that 15 minutes, then we'll dunk them in the rinse bucket, and for the couple of bits we want to turn out gold colour, we'll dunk them in the zinc chromate, the gold bright solution, and over here we've got the blue dip solution for the rest of the stuff. We'll dip the rest of that, and that will just give you a natural zinc colour. But I'll come back to that when they're done. While we're waiting for those to cook, we'll go and have a go at the aluminium pieces of the foot peg and lever. Well, 15 minutes is up. I've cleaned up those pieces there. Have a look at that. They look delicious. All right, we'll go and drag that other stuff out of the solution now, and we'll harden that off, and then we'll come back and look at putting this stuff back together. Well, we're back over here. We'll turn this thing off. We'll get the two pieces that I want to turn a nice yellowy gold colour. We'll get them out first. Give them a quick go in the rinse bucket. Get the water off. Get the solution off them. A few seconds here in the acid. In the rinse bucket, and then we'll take them up here and we'll dump them in the gold chromate for about I'll give them about 40 seconds. So righto, that's been about 40 seconds, so we'll rinse that shit off, and then we'll take them over and hang them up to dry. Well, there's a look at the rest of the stuff that's out of the solution. That's been zinc plated. We'll give them a quick go down here in the acid. Rinse that shit off. And then we'll take them up and we'll put them in the blue dip. Yeah, it looks blue, but this actually will give them a natural zinc look, and it'll harden the zinc, so they'll be very well wearing. Righto, we'll take those out of there, rinse them off, and we'll hang those up as well. Well, there they all are, hanging on the drying rack. As you can see, that finish I'm getting straight out of the plating bath. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, no wire wheeling or anything like that. That's yeah, straight out of the hydroblasting machine and into the into the plating solution. So yeah, I tend to cheat a bit here. What I'll do now is I'll get this heat gun and we'll just warm them up. Just make sure they're properly dry, and then I'll take them over and lay them out ready for assembly. Well, there's all the finished bits there. We'll chuck all that back together now and give you a look when it's done. Well viewers, that's what we set out to achieve in today's video. The caliper's back on there, looking nice and shiny. We've plumbed her all up. We've put the master cylinder back on, the foot peg assembly, the gear, the brake lever, everything's working too. So what I'll do now is off camera I'll actually put some brake fluid in the reservoir there, and I'll bleed it and adjust it all up, but I won't bore you with that. Well folks, the little bike is slowly starting to take shape. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and once again my apologies for the time between videos. I promise I'll get off my arse and make a bit more progress. I'm thinking I'll probably do the exhaust and radiator next. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos. Until next time, I'm Craig Jenkins, and you're not.